Hey guys, it's Tommy CM. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a slightly different kind of video. I wanted to just talk about the announcement from Gamescom the other night. Bandai Namco have announced a new theme park management game called Park Beyond, which will be released next year on PC, PS5 and Xbox Series X or S. It will be coming out as a competition to Planet Coaster. Obviously, I do post a lot of Planet Coaster videos, so this did catch my eye. Now, as you can see on the screen at the minute, the trailer for that is playing. Now, if you want to go and watch the trailer with sound, then I'll leave the link in the description below, just so you can go and check that out. I just wanted to kind of talk about a few things that I had picked up from the trailer and what my sort of initial reactions are. They have also since released a first look at a roller coaster build from the game, so you can see how they sort of create it, and you can sort of see the kind of gameplay you're going to get if you do want to have a look at this game. So first of all, what I would say is that it isn't gonna, this game isn't going to blow away Planet Coaster. Planet Coaster isn't going anywhere. When Planet Coaster first came about on the PC version, it was such a groundbreaking game because until that point people had only really been able to play games sort of like Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, 2 and 3. I'm not counting 4 or Roller Coaster Tycoon World, the failed versions, but 1, 2 and 3 definitely were some of the best original theme park creation or theme park management games. You could also go back to the likes of Theme Park World on PlayStation 1. I think I had that on. So there's been plenty around. Planet Coaster really blew it away. Now, Park Beyond isn't going to do that. It isn't going to put Planet Coaster on the back foot or anything, but it is going to offer something different. And as you watch the trailer, you tend to see you look at the angle that Namco are coming from with this game. They keep using the word impossify or impossification, and what that looks like they're trying to do is make things that are impossible in real life because of physics possible in the game. For example, they show you that you can fire roller coasters through cannons and make them do jumps. You can, by the looks of it, you can stack carousels or make them taller. So there's going to be a lot more creativity, I think, in Park Beyond than there is in Planet Coaster, but it's creativity in the sense of it's not realistic, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing. Some people like to make wild and crazy parks, and sometimes you look at the rides in Planet Coaster, you're placing them down, and you sometimes you want to mix them up, you want to do something different with them, and you can't because they are fixed as they come. You cannot alter them. So I'm really interested to see what the limitations are, because let's face it, the game isn't going to have an unlimited amount of impossible or impossifications. There is going to be a limit on the number of things you could do with the rides. So I am really intrigued by that. It's interesting that it's only coming out for next-gen consoles. Obviously, I think people are starting to pick up the latest consoles more and more now, especially the PlayStation, in which there's been a lot of difficulty getting hold of them. But I think more and more people now are getting hold of them, and Sony are starting to catch up with the delay that they've had. It's interesting that it's only coming out on that, because I think because of that, it will versions of Xbox, for example. So that is another interesting aspect. But looking at the gameplay, especially the video in terms of building the roller coaster, everything looks very similar to Planet Coaster itself in terms of it's all freehand. Nothing, you don't have to be locked into a certain angle like you would on the classic Roller Coaster Tycoon days. It was all grid based, but this is all freehand. There looks to be different elements, as I say, either going out of cannons, putting in jumps. So I think it's going to be quite a fun game, and quite fun in terms of it could be comical, it could be entertaining, more so than Planet Coaster, because obviously Planet Coaster is a very for me anyway, I know you can make Planet Coaster unrealistic, but for me it's a very much built about realism, and that was the massive groundbreaking point of the game, was that you could do so much more than you could in the the classic RCT days, because even simple things like curving a path, when that first came out, it was such a nice thing to be able to do, and just to go at things with freehand as opposed to being locked into different angles. There were so many different options available that and that's why the game was so groundbreaking, because it was very realistic. With Park Beyond, you get that as well. All those things are there, but you also have the option to impossify, or to use impossification to create these crazy builds by the looks of it. You do meet characters in the trailer, and it does look very similar to what you get on Planet Coaster, especially on console, in terms of the Oswald Eugene character, and the sort of storyline that they go for does look a little bit samey. And I'm also interested to see that there is a sandbox version in Park Beyond, which is good, because although people do enjoy the story modes, and I've played a few of the story modes on Planet Coaster, and they are good. People do like to be able to just build what they want on theme park games. Let's face it, they want to create, they want to have full control over their parks, do what they want, etc. So it is good to see that there is going to be a sandbox mode as well. But yeah, my initial thoughts, I'm looking forward to it. I will be getting it, and I will be trying it out for sure. Do I think that it will overtake Planet Coaster as the #1 theme park game? I don't think so, just from the initial videos. But I think it will appeal to a particular type of audience. I think it will appeal to a younger audience, definitely. A younger audience that wants to make a roller coaster go through a canon. There are obviously people building on Planet Coaster who are absolute geniuses at building realistic parks that you look round and you think, I can imagine this being genuinely built in real life. Whereas in Park Beyond, some of the items in there, again, this is just from looking at the trailer. You look at it and you think, well, it's fun, but it wouldn't happen in real life. And I suppose it depends on what your personal preference is. If you want a theme park game to be realistic, if you want it to represent a real life park, then Planet Coaster is probably still going to be your #1. If you're on there and you want to make the rides that are the most fun to ride and not crazy and etc., then maybe Park Beyond is going to be the one for you. I'm going to keep up to date with it. If there are any new announcements in terms of Park Beyond, then I'll definitely mention it and let you guys know. Let me know what you think. If you've looked at the trailers, what you think Park Beyond is going to offer, what you think Park Beyond is going to bring to the theme park management world. I know it's Namco's first step into theme park management games, so again, I mean, for a first step into it, it is going to be very interesting to see how they do. Obviously, Frontier for Planet Coaster have been around since the Roller Coaster Tycoon days, so for them it was about upgrading a base game to more modern technology, basically. But yeah, no, I'm really excited for Park Beyond, and yeah, it will be coming out in 2022. We don't have any sort of guidance on the date of release yet. Hopefully around March time next year, I think would be good. I know Planet Coaster released their Frontier themselves released their new games like Jurassic World and Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo. They release all their stuff around October time, I believe. So I think if they release it around March, so it's kind of like opposite end of the year, I think that would be ideal. But yeah, if there's any updates on that, I will let you know. Thank you for listening. If you are new around here, then do give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you are new. And I shall see you in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.